For this battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, right? Spiritual things, right? That people don't see. So we have to stop calling things or people mental or mental illness. We have to stop using these terms. Call it exactly what it is. Call it exactly what it is. It's demonic possession, demonic activity, or it's witchcraft, magic, and sorcery. You have to call it exactly what it is. Just like that video that's surfacing right now about the Canadian trans shooter. You saw that video surfacing, right? He's he's rocking back and forth, right? This person laughing after doing the most heinous things. And you read the comments. Being that there's NPCs, there's bots, fake profiles, agents, people are gonna speak how they speak. And the way how they talk and say this individual is acting this way to plead insanity, or they say a lot of or the mental illness is on the rise. No. What you're looking at, this person that's literally demonic possession right there. That's not even that person no more. Those are spirits in that person. That individual don't even know that he's being controlled, but you can see the spirits that's in that individual. You can see it. You gotta call it what it is. Ain't no mental illness, man. It's demonic possession, demonic activity, or witchcraft and magic. And they were like, wait, witchcraft and magic? Oh yeah, you didn't know? That sometimes you see people out here looking how they looking or talking to themselves out here. There's people who do witchcraft and magic and sorcery on people. They don't talk about that. They bring mental magic, chaos magic, confusion magic, and do spells on that individual to make them mental or make them see things, make them lose money, make them look a certain way. There's magic too. You hear the beeping? Call it exactly what it is that people don't talk about. The media don't talk about that. People don't talk about that. Or they just quick to say, oh, look, this person's mental. This person's mental illness is on the rise. Look, this person's crazy. Crazy. But in reality, no. It's demonic possession, demonic activity, or sad to say that there are people out here who's looking how they looking and going through what they're going through. Oh, there's witchcraft on that person. Somebody did spell work on that person to make them appear mental, chaotic, or somebody paid money to do it on somebody to make them look mental or chaos. Oh yeah, it's exactly what it is. So people gotta stop saying the word mental. I mean, look what's happening now. You, oh, you don't think that's nothing spiritual going on with all the Epstein files and all the stuff that's coming out, letting you know that it is spiritual and the stuff that they're doing. And it's not only with the rich. It's in your neighborhood. It runs in. It's everywhere. It's in even in your family and it's everywhere. But do you see the world? Some people still talking about it. And then you got people who's talking about the Super Bowl, talking about Bad Bunny, talking about this team won, this team, this, and that. Do you see the arguments after the stuff that's still going on? So do you see what's going on here? But people got the word like that. You have just stop calling things mental, man. Stop it. Stop it. And another thing is, mental illness can also be used as a weapon. They could weaponize the term mental illness, just like the term conspiracy theorist. When they call somebody a conspiracy theorist, when they're known, like they weaponize that term for people who's calling out known liars, and they call them conspiracy theorists. And a lot of conspiracy theories and all the stuff that's been conspiracy has been coming out to be true. Mental illness can also be used as a weapon too. For somebody, go to a spiritual awakening, start unplugging, right? That can be used easily as a weapon for the person who the Most High's eyes is now starting to open. Start going. If you haven't gone to a spiritual awakening yet, I promise you this. Ask God to reveal himself to you. Ask God to open your eyes spiritually. Watch all of a sudden you begin to see things, right? You're gonna see your whole family group start changing up on you. You're gonna see people who you work with start changing up on you. You're gonna see people in your community, your friend groups, your day ones. You're gonna see everything start changing when those spiritual eyes open. Why? Because the Most High removed the veil. Your eyes is open. Now you seeing what you seeing. People's true hearts, their motives, And a lot of people, unfortunately, in your family, from mommy and daddy's side, and their parents' side, great grandmother, witches, warlocks, bloodlines, occult affiliate. Yeah, that runs in your family. Everything's gonna get an alert when you wake up. Now you're gonna start seeing people moving and being different and weird towards you. Shape, faces start changing. Then you're gonna be called and labeled mental. See, that can also be weaponized too. And for the person who's speaking out truth, just like a conspiracy theorist, when you start going through what you're going through. But people got to stop using that word mental illness. Stop using that term mental illness, or stop using the term there's people crazy out here and this mental illness is on the rise. No, it's spiritual. It's spiritual. It's either demonic possession, demonic activity, or somebody has witchcraft spells on them and they send in mental magic, chaos magic into this person's life. Or they paying somebody to do it. Because that's as real as it gets. Ain't no mental illness. Somebody either got hit with witchcraft or somebody is demonically possessed or they opening doors doing demonic activity and their mind is just. And then a person who goes through a spiritual awakening starts seeing their family switch up on them, but that's spiritual. That's the Most High showing you hearts, motives. People who's trying to hide what they are, discernment is showing you people's true colors. Now those people involved and everybody switches up on you. Now they gaslight. Oh, you're mental. You ain't right. When you start going down rabbit holes, when you start seeing the spirits that's hiding in within people, now they gotta say, oh, this one right here, mental, crazy. Your mind ain't right. I ain't think this. You're mental. You're not thinking right. They can weaponize that too for somebody who's speaking out truth, just like a conspiracy theorist. Huh? Right? To all the spiritual awakened ones out there who woke up, who started to see, huh? You isolated now, right? You look a certain way, right? Hmm? One way you was with a lot of people. Look at your journey now, where they're at now. Uncomfortable, away from you, lying on you. You was getting hit with witchcraft, magic, spells, sorcery from family, from co-workers, from people who you everything just came out now spiritually. You had to look a certain way because now you started to see and speak out what you started to talk about, what you started to post. You started going down rabbit holes, started to see with that spiritual eye. That made people uncomfortable. So now you had to be labeled crazy, mental, set up. You was getting hit with witchcraft, you was getting hit with spells, you was getting hit, and it came from within your father's side, your mother's side, their side, people you work with. Niggas started to get exposed, witches, warlocks too. Huh? Even in the community to where you live at, you see it's spiritual. So you seeing spiritual, you seeing the spirits that hide in people. You feeling energy. You seeing what you seeing, discernment, the how they act, how they move, everything that they do, because the tactics don't change. So what happens? You had to get hit with the magic, right? You started seeing you live with your grandma, right, or somebody who you live with. Now you starting to see them act weird towards you, but you see that demon in them that they hide in people, right? You started even seeing people in church start switching up. Hmm? You started going down rabbit holes in your family too. You started finding out that you got family members that's in the occult, which is warlocks. They in church. Some of them are what Masons too. Like you got family from both sides. Like this, it gets deeper than that. Now you know there's generational curses, there's bloodlines. Now you part of a certain bloodline of which, like, it's just a lot of things. And then you see, then you got to get the one that has to go to the hospital. You have to be the one that has to look a certain way, lock them. Now they got to lie on you, smear you, make you look a certain way, set you up at your job because you get hit with witchcraft, magic, spells, sorcery. They throwing things at you spiritually because your eyes is open now for this battle ain't against flesh and blood. It's not against your human opponent. It's not against flesh and blood. There's people out here battling demons, and there's people who operate with them, channel them, do witchcraft spells. So mental illness can as well be weaponized for somebody who does speak out, just like conspiracy theories. Weaponize. They weaponize that too. But y'all gotta stop calling things. Oh, this is mental. That mental illness. Oh, look at this person over there. Have you noticed? Look at that person who you was always with, or you saw how they look now, right? Had everything, lost everything, gaining everything back, right? But the person don't look the same no more, right? Why is that? Why they look a certain way? Why everybody moved out the way? Spiritually, spiritually, they got exposed. You started to see niggas' faces started changing. Started finding out you got witches and warlocks from both your father and mother side. Even the ones that go to church low key, they witches, warlocks too. People in your family claim to be spiritual, talk about God a lot, but then your discernment, you seeing something different with the nun that they know too, and they seeing it, and they doing that too, and they speaking in tongues in the church too. But you seeing what you seeing, not with the naked eye, your spiritual eye. But you gotta look a certain way. You gotta be the one labeled right out the way, mental. We gotta set this one up. We gotta make the world look at this one right here crazy. We have to plan it. Lock this one up, put this one in the hospital, arrest them, because you're trying to rebuke a freaking demon that's in somebody in your family that you seen they trying to hide. You trying to rebuke it. Now this one got afraid and calling out their clan and they calling out their cliques of witches and warlocks and, oh, no, this one. But you seeing from the spiritual eye, and there's people who know, and they got to form groups. They have to form groups. Their groups call up their friends, call up the people in their groups. Yeah, we got this one who can see, who knows, who's speaking out. Yeah, you got people? Yeah. Or spend money. Start spending money. Let's start prayers, witchcraft, sorcery, getting attacked left and right from people in your family, people you work with, old friends, family. Witchcraft, they throwing attacks your way. You didn't know nothing about too much with the spiritual thing. You just seen what you seen, speaking out on what you seen, but you gotta be labeled the mental one and crazy one. You gotta get thrown into that with handcuffs and all this, and you got people gaslighting you. Oh, this one, I didn't know your mind was gonna be this way. Or you start speaking a certain way. No, don't stop talking like that, man. Your mind, your mental ain't right. Oh my God, I would never expect this from my child. And they doing a, oh my God, I expect that. In your face, you see the spirits and agitation. You see what you see. You feel what you feel. They know. The spirits that hide in them know. So you have to stop looking at things from the flesh, man. You already got to know that everything's spiritual, man. If the Epstein files just got exposed and they showing you everything that's coming out, everything, and you seeing it even on social media, even that the media ain't gonna talk about, but you finding it on social media, and nobody's mental out here. Nobody's mental out here. Yes, there's things that happen to people, yes, for sure, but there's a spirit behind that, or there are things happening to people too. There's people sending witchcraft magic spells to that person. There's people who be jealous, envious too. They send magical pay. Once you stop looking at things from the flesh and see things more spiritual, you start to understand. It ain't mental. It ain't mental. It's not. It's not. And you seeing that video of that Canadian trans shooter. It's clear in your face. You seeing that demonic. Those are demons. Remember the movie Fallen? The beginning of the movie? The guy that was in prison talking to Denzel? That spirit was talking to Denzel, try to handshake him so that spirit could jump out and try to go into Denzel's body, but that spirit was like, because Denzel was pure, chosen, pure, who could see, even if he didn't understand it yet, but he was chosen to see. You see? Now think about that. Before Denzel started to see spiritual things, started to go undercover, that spirit already knew who he was. That's why when he handshaked him in the cell, that spirit couldn't body hack and jump into Denzel because he was chosen, marked, and pure. But he was marked already, chosen. The spirit got mad. But the man that he was using didn't even know he was possessed. He was just being operated and controlled. That's when they were executing him in jail, he was still singing, ah, but that's the spirit in him. He don't even know he's dying, but the spirit does, and when he died, that spirit went out. So when you see that video of that Canadian trans shooter, that's the same thing just like in the movie Fallen. Hey, people looking at it, oh, he's trying to plead insanity. Who's trying to get the insanity case? People calling it mental. No, that's a spirit. That's a demon. That's in that person. That person don't even know he's body hacked, but it's spiritual. When you got those eyes open, you see and you understand. You understand that there's spirits that hack, possess, just like how you seen with the AI now, they body hacking, possessing. And then you also know that there are people in this world who start dibbling dabbling, who do witchcraft, who do sorcery for dark and evil reasons. And there's people out here in this world who also, they don't want to do it, but they got money and they pay to get things done to people. And when you start thinking that way and you see what you see with that eye, now you understand. There ain't no mental illness, it's all spiritual, man. Either it's spiritual with the demons trying to just jump out of yak, or there's people sending magic and witchcraft to people. And we knows what happened when that work gets returned back to sinners. When they start doing it to people who they don't know who they messing with, God gonna deal with them, and that's why you start seeing what you seeing out there too. See? And the one who sees in the family, the one who goes through the spiritual awakening, that's why all this stuff start happening to you. Now you look a certain way. Now everybody who you was with, always around, where they at now? Huh? Yeah. But in the beginning of your awakening, when you seeing and stuff and you calling out stuff, they gotta label you quickly mental, or your mind ain't right, to gaslight you. See, mental illness can also be weaponized to the person who sees and speaks out, just like conspiracy theorists. It can be weaponized too. And don't think that they don't click up together even in your family too. And the people who's in their friend group from outside, you got people in your family who's witches, warlocks, in cults. They go to church. They they in societies too. You don't even know until you start going down rabbit holes. You be like, whoa, what? What? They start making phone calls to their little cliques and their little groups, and then you start spiritually now. When you go out there with the discernment, now you see everything for what you see, and that's what people, when they look at you and see your content, they know what you're talking about. That's what, for the one who speaks, the one who sees, uh, that's the one who don't fit anywhere, right? For the one who has eyes to see, when you see through the illusion, when you see through theatrics, when you see through people, when you feel it, of course, this one got to be isolated or look like a problem or create problems from the people who the individual speaking out on, or calling out things that they speaking out. They got to form their little groups and their cliques to protect themselves for the things that they do or have been doing. So stop calling mental. Stop using that term mental. Start thinking and start opening those eyes, because it's spiritual. It's light and dark, good versus evil. Period. Point blank. Ain't no in betweens. That's exactly what it is. And when the Most High opens the eyes, like the movie They Live, the black shades, those spiritual eyes, when you put those on and you start to see what you see, and then those spirits and that be hiding in those people, and when I say those people, I'm talking about everybody, and it's gonna start within your circle. When you see what you see, and those spirits from within them sees you too, and notice that you can see, alert, we gotta call everybody, wind them up. Now everybody's acting weird and different, but that's the spirits and you seeing it. And then they gaslight you. And try to gaslight you. Oh, your mind ain't right. You ain't thinking clear. Oh, that didn't really happen. Come on, man. I would never accept. They try to fight with that, right? Come on. Mental illness as well can be weaponized. It can be weaponized. And call the person speaking the truth, calling out things mental as well. It can be weaponized too. But then when I just want you to just understand that. Stop looking at things from the flesh. Stop looking at things from the naked eye and see what people don't see. That's really behind the scenes. It's the stuff you don't see. That's from the spirit. Spiritual things. Spiritual things. Uh-huh. People who haven't gone through a spiritual awakening, ask God to reveal himself to you. Ask him to open up your eyes and remove that veil. I promise you, when God reveals himself to you, when he opens up your eyes, ask him to give you discernment, show you who's who and who. I promise you, when you go through that, watch how people in your family start moving. They're going to start moving different. Watch people at your job start moving different, and they're going to everything's going to start getting different. People where you live at, everything. Your friend groups, watch them all come out. The ones that hide who they really are, spiritually wise, they all going to start coming out. Then all of a sudden, here comes, you're going to start seeing all the witches and warlocks. Their little groups going to start coming out from people you know and don't know, from both mommy, daddy side. People in your community, friends with them too. Those in the church. Everybody going to start acting different, weird towards you. We got to make this one. We got to create lies. We got to set this one off. We got to put the handcuffs. We got to because this one can see, and they talking out. They can see, but we got to make this one isolate, alone, and make this one look like the problem. We got to send every damn lie and every agent on this one because they speaking out. because of what they seen within us. And we gotta send those to gaslight this one. No, 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 papi, no, papi, no, mommy, no, 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 you're mine. I would never expect. No, you're not. No, you're not seeing right. I would never expect this from my child. I would never expect that their mind would be this way. Here comes the acting. Oh, the gaslight. Oh my God. But they were spiritual too, right? Before your awakening, you was chilling with them. Oh, you the Bob. Yeah, we were chilling. We were chilling, cracking jokes, this and that. With all those people, go through a spiritual awakening. Start talking about God. Start talking about the stuff you seeing within people. Now you looking crazy. It's an alert spiritually. There's an alert. Uh-oh. This one can see. I got a call. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's where God fights your battles, and that's where there's things that happen behind the scene. And it's still happening behind the scenes within them. So stop calling things and using that term mental. Stop it. Mental illness is not on the rise. The spiritual activities is on the rise. The veil is thinning. So the things is coming out. Everything is coming out now. It is what it is. Spiritually. It's spirits. Body hacking people. Then you got the NPCs, bots. You seeing the robot? Meat suits, masks, shapeshifters. You seeing what you seeing. Ain't no mental illness. It's spirits. Either they body hacking, controlling people to do what they do, or if a person is appearing crazy out there and they're going through what they're going through, there was a door that was open and allowed that in, or they dealing with some demonic activity, or they messing with things to open doors and allow demonic influence, or if a person starts looking a certain way and they're starting to lose everything, or they speaking out and they're going crazy and people not listening to this person over there is getting hit with witchcraft and magic attacks. There is a such thing again. Mental magic, chaos magic. There's magic for everything. So stop thinking when you see what you see, yeah. But again, when that work is broken and when things get broken, that joint is gonna smack everybody involved with the magic, the witchcraft, the groups, even those who spend every group involved in magic and sorcery and attacks, they all get it. The groups that's involved, the people sending the attacks, the line, the slant, they all get involved. Spiritually. It's spiritual. Ain't physical. It's spiritual. So don't let nobody gaslight you. And don't let the agents, because they got the agents, the fake bots and all that, to jump on the page. Oh, this one is crazy. Oh. See what they write. Once you understand that this is this theatrics, a lot of, once you see what you see, that there's bots, NPCs, shapeshifters, profiles on social media, that's not even real people, fake and no pictures, and they just jump on the to comment or write what they write. Or forming groups on and keep having agents to monitor and watch and spy. Once you understand how that game is going, then you understand that there's people who have a job to do. The machine, the system has a job to do. When a person who speaks a certain way, they have to send the eyes over here to mess with the channel. They see, monitor, learn, study to learn either that way or try to push it a certain way because of what you're talking about. Once you understand that, it's spiritual. It's spiritual. Stop sleeping. Because everything that just got released from the Epstein files, it's not only with Epstein and it's not only with the higher ups. That joint, what they doing with sacrifice and all that stuff, whatever you seeing out there, it's not only happening over there. That's happening all over the world, and it's happening where you live at, in your community, even in your family groups, from mommy and daddy, way past even back then in their generation too. Even in their parents' side, that's been happening for years. Just now you waking up to see what you see. You waking up. Those eyes is opening. Your spiritual eyes to see what you see. That's what I told you. Once you stop looking at people as people and you see them from a spiritual aspect, you're not seeing this world the same no more. You're going to see what you see out here. And you're going to feel what you feel. And they can't hide it. With the discernment that the Most High gives you. Discernment. You're going to see it. You're going to feel it. You're going to see their facial expressions change. You're going to see when they lying. They're going to do all these things. They even do it in their own friend groups when they lying to each other's faces. They coughing and constantly with each other when it's a lie. You see the fake stuff over there in their groups too. They do it amongst themselves, and you just watch and observe, and you see the fakeness in their group. Then you see those that try to approach you. You feel like either it's good or bad. Then if somebody's talking to you and the energy is good, if they walk away and they talk to somebody and somebody got them aggravated, now when they come to you, you feeling that aggravation of that energy from whoever it was that talked to them, and they bringing that to you. You feel things, yo. I'm telling you, you spirit. They know what you're talking about. They know, and that's why a lot of people sometimes they avoid you too because of what you talk about, what you expose, and they know that this the discernment. hmm And it's all because of the Most High. All because of the Most High God. It's spiritual, not physical. Mental illness is spiritual, and is it's spiritual. So remember that mental it's all spiritual, and remember mental illness can be weaponized too to the truth teller who's speaking out on what they're talking about and what they're seeing. It can be used that way too. How many asylums and all these places where these people are in these places are not actually crazy, but they spiritual and they seen what they seen, but they got set up by people in their family or set up by people that they know all got hit with witchcraft and magic and are in there speaking truth from what they talking about, but they had to set them up and throw them in there to keep them away. How many people in there are spiritual and these places locked up and they got set up for people that's close to them from their own bloodlines that got exposed? Think about that. You ain't crazy. You see what you see. You not crazy. Don't let nobody gaslight you either. You see what you see from everything. You see what you see, and everything you went through, experienced, even through your mess ups too. But what you experienced from the very beginning to what you're going through, you saw what you saw because the glasses was on. You saw what you saw. You saw everything and felt it all. You saw it. They know it too. That's why they had to play that. Oh, the mind will set you up. Think about it. Think about it and see